What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to the Asia 8 here with Hougang United FC in the Singaporean First Division. So it's now been the winter break, season is just about ready to kick off, and today I'm going to be covering all my antics during the transfer window, tactical changes, player changes, all that good stuff. So the first thing that I need to address immediately is a major financial problem, almost a financial meltdown, you could say. You'll see here, finances are set to insecure. Last season I was within the wage budget. This year I'm £1,000 over the wage budget a week, which means that we are going to be spending an extra, £52,000 over the board's expectations. And I am trying to sell players, but it's become very difficult. I've offered the entire reserve team out. I've offered first team players who are fringe out, not been able to get rid of them. And one of the mistakes I made was signing players before I cleared out my first team. So whilst this probably wouldn't be a big problem if you're a huge club, you know, £1,000 over the wage budget, that's no biggie. There's a major financial problem, and the club's operating at a huge loss. Massive. I can't sell players. A lot of players' contracts run out at the end of the year, so that would hopefully clear up the wage budget a little. But I mean, realistically, we could potentially be losing £600,000, which isn't actually that accurate a sum, but the fact we're already £150,000 in the red is certainly a worry. As I mentioned, I have been trying to sell players, but there is literally no one biting. I've been trying to sell even some of the better players in the side, even just getting them out on freeze, because I need to get them out to clear the wage budget. You should be set to zero. But no, trying to get these players out just for any sum of money, and at the moment, I can't get rid of them. It's a big problem. If I can't get rid of anyone by the end of the transfer window, I may only have one season at Hougang United to bring success before financially we go into meltdown, and we start facing some very severe problems. But anyway, let's not look on the downers, let's look on the positives. That's the word. Transfer history here. As you can see, one player out on a free. We've got Faisal Amir going out on a free to Home United. Cleared a little bit off the wage budget there. And in return, we brought in one player, Kelly Younger. This guy is a decent player. Played in England for a number of years, I believe. Yeah, you can see here he kind of had a fairly established career for Charlton in the past. Doesn't look too bad of a player, if I'm honest. Could be of use to us. He's going to be playing left back or centre back for us. It will kind of vary, but he has some pace, has some okay creativity, and can defend as well, which is fairly useful in a defender at any level. But at our level, a player with pace and who can defend marginally is always going to be of use. So that is the only transfers in. As I mentioned, you know, brought him in before I'd cleared the wage budget. So in reality, what I did in signing Younger is I signed him, and then I got rid of a player of the equivalent wage. So I didn't really do too much to solve the problem. As I mentioned, though, I am desperately trying to offload players. So anyway, looking at our tactics here, you can see that I'm attempting this season, and I don't know how long I'm going to stick with this because it could go completely wrong, but we are at least attempting to play a tiki-taka style of football, almost a direct tiki-taka. I actually surprisingly have the players to kind of play this formation. We're going to see how things go. My main worry here is that the lone forward might be problematic because in this league, the defenders are so bad that it's best to target the defenders and get as many chances created as possible. And in not having an out-and-out forward, I'm a little bit worried that we might not kind of score enough. So we may change that depending on how the season opens up. But anyway, I'm going to give you guys a squad rundown here. This is what I consider to be the best starting 11. So starting off in goal, we go with Fadil Salim. This guy is the guy who was in goal at the end of last season, had a pretty terrible period. I'm hoping he can up his tempo and up his performances. You can see here, so far in pre-season, a 7.1 average rating, not too shabby. Is playing for Singapore as their first choice keeper now, so he's not a bad player. He can catch a ball at least. So he's in goal, he's okay. Right back we go with Faisal Hamid. This guy I signed last year, another Singaporean international. He's only got 10 caps, but he's a useful right back. He can also head the ball, which is fairly useful, and so it does lend him quite well to be played at centre back when need be. So he's an okay player. His jumping doesn't let him down, but he has some solid heading, and he's of use there. At centre back we go with Igor Sorina. This guy is a good player, Croatian. I want to check this to make sure I'm right. I'm pretty sure he's Croatian. He is Croatian. Croatian centre-back, easily the club's best player. I say centre-back because I play him at centre-back rather than his preferred right-back. But he's a very good player there for us. He got in the S-League Team of the Year this year, which was a quite good achievement for him. And hopefully this year he can continue to, I guess, throw his weight around and do well for us. Centre back alongside him, we've got Hazri Zays. This guy's a good little player. Can tackle, can mark. Not so good in the air, but paired with his fairly aerial dominant partner in the centre back position, he's a very useful player for us. I like the look of him. He's not too good in the air, as I mentioned, but he has that pace, and that's important at this level. Anyway, at left back we go with Kelly Younger. This guy is from the Central African Republic. Has 4 international caps there, obviously. Came in this window having been released by AFC Wimbledon. Didn't play too many times for them, but I'm hoping he'll be of use to us there. A useful player, needed a left back, and he's a very good one at that. Centre defensive mid we go with Suleiman. This guy is a good player for us, central midfielder. Good solid stats for at this level. One thing that I really like about this guy is his creativity and passing, and he also has decent natural fitness and some okay physicals. So he's a kind of this pacey player who has good natural fitness, natural athlete, but he also has some technical attributes which go along with it quite nicely, and his mentals for this level are really good. Also has the ability to tackle, which is great in kind of the defensive midfielder position I'm playing him in. At centre midfield we go with Savrudin. This guy, solid centre mid, again has the naturally good physicals, has some really balanced, well-rounded off technicals. Azar doesn't have the best mentals ever when you compare him to Suleiman, but both these players together in the centre of midfield work really nicely. And to round off our midfield trio in the centre, we have Tom Beattie, the Englishman. This guy, 9 passing, 12 creativity, really solid stats, decent physicals again. This guy has a little bit of experience, played in Hull for a number of years in their academy before he got released. Came to us last season, 26 appearances so far in his career at the club. Has good speed, good physicals, good creativity, a very useful player to have in the side. At right mid, we go with Itimi Dixon, again another established international for the Singapore national side. This guy has great dribbling, great crossing, everything that you'd expect of kind of a winger. I'm playing him at inside forward this year because of that worry that I have with not having enough players in the final third, and I really want my forwards to cut inside and provide some support and almost act as a front three when we're in attack. So yeah, this guy's a really good player, decent physicals in terms of his pace and acceleration, which is good down the wings, can whip in a decent ball as well, and just good overall stats really for at this level. At left wing we go with Maislan. This guy was a great player for us last year. I think he was the club's top goal scorer last year. In fact, actually, he might not have been in the end. He got 14 in all competitions in 25 games, which is really good for us. 5 assists as well. Didn't get the best average rating all in all, but I'm hoping he can put in a lot more of a kind of, I guess, consistent performance this year. He is a Hougang United established player, been at the club for a number of years. You can see here, been at the club since 2007. Been a first team regular throughout that time, and he continues to feature highly in my first team plans. And then last but not least, up front we go with Mamadou Diallo. This guy, the Guinean national, has great heading, great dribbling, can win the ball in the air. His natural best role is the false 9. However, he does have some okay stats. He can finish, he has good pace, good creativity, and I'm hoping to make the most of him as a lone forward. But as I've mentioned, this system is set to change, potentially if things don't go to plan. You'll see here I've got him trained to be playing centre attacking mid. I have got a few backup formations in place and planned for if we don't just score enough with our current system. So anyway, that does round off our starting 11. I'm not going to go through all the bench, but you can see here I feel like we have a very solid team based off kind of star ratings which aren't that accurate. Good players, very good players. Looking forward to seeing how we can play here this year. Hoping we can challenge for the title. If you missed last episode, it was a really long live com. Looking at the league table, you can see here we finished 5th, just 3 points off the pace of Tanjong Pagar, who won the league, which was unfortunate, but it was beyond any expectations of ours. Crazily close the league, 3 points separating 5 teams is pretty unheard of at any level. So that was a really close game and competition. Hopefully we can maintain that level of performance this year, really push on. As I've mentioned, because of the financial position, I've probably only got 1 season at this club to make make it count, because we're going to be in the crap otherwise, and I may have to look elsewhere for a job. But that is the thing with this save, I'm going to be moving around Asia a fair bit. The finances in Asia aren't perfectly done in FM, so stuff like this does happen. Obviously, I've got to start somewhere, and I feel as if just so far in the time that I've played at Pagar, I've done okay in terms of my performances as a manager. You look at where is it? Is it history? Yeah, history overview here. Been in charge for 188 days. Time spent on holiday, 7 days. That's when I went on holiday when I was looking for jobs. But you can see here, we're doing okay at the moment. Brought in 4 players, sold 1 player, and released 1 player. But I mean, we're okay. We're okay performance-wise as a manager. Hopefully we can up my reputation. Obviously, Sunday League experience is the past footballer experience. Hoping we can up that in the future and get a really good reputation going. At the moment I do have national reputation, but hopefully we can overturn that. It's going to be a challenge. It has gone up from 70% to 71%. We're making progress. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how we get on here. I'll run you through my pre-season matches really quickly. So as you can see here, we started off with a game against Angmo Kyo United. We won 5-0 away from home. They're not a very good side. Diallo grabbed a hat-trick. This was using our new system. Worked really nicely for us. You can see here we ran their players into the ground. They were absolutely knackered by the end of it. Diallo getting a 9.5 average rating. Really good stuff for him. Good start to trying out this new system. We followed it up with a 5-2 win away from home against Safsa. Good performance, 5-2 away win. Plenty of goals flying in, which was good. Jafar getting 2 goals, which is good for him on the left-hand side. Obviously, with me trying my new system where we play with the inside forwards, it's good to see the inside forwards scoring, as it does give me kind of some hope that it will work next season when we use it in the league. So anyway, 2 more games. 3-1 against Unos Crescent. This was a good win. Came back from behind in this game. We'll watch the highlights of one game. Why not? But no, it was a really good performance by the entire team. Really tired out the opposition. Passed it around them well. Worked the ball into spaces. Crafted out nice opportunities. And took them when they came our way, which was important. Obviously, last season, the end of the season was a little bit disappointing. I played around with trying to play, in rather than the 4-3-1-2 that I've been playing, I tried playing a 4-4-2 with kind of attacking wingers. I've now resorted to this system because we have plenty of strong centre mids, but I am hopeful that I guess going forward in the future that we'll have plenty more plans. I mean, my backup plan, if this kind of tiki-taka style shape and system up in the final third doesn't work, I do have other options available at my disposal. One is playing a 4-2-3-1, fairly attacking formation, get the 3 attacking midfielders, as we do have players who can play in those positions, and seeing what we can do from there. It's all going to come down to kind of how we get on scoring, really, because it's all very well controlling games with a false 9 up front, but if you're not getting into the final third and scoring, then you're going to be in trouble. And whilst I guess my pre-season was very good in terms of scoring goals, simply put, it wasn't good enough by our team standards, kind of the end of last season, and I'm hoping that we can bang in a few more this season, really stomp on oppositions and just outscore them. So yeah, that's the aim and that's the hope. In the last kind of pre-season friendly that's coming up, we actually lost against the non-league team, which is kind of what's left me in an element of doubt about how effective my system's gonna be. If you're losing to non-league teams and you're wanting to challenge for the Singapore title, you've really got to have a hard look at yourself and wonder if it's possible. One positive about this financial situation is that no matter how bad it gets, it's very unlikely that I'll be sacked because of the compensation on my contract. So if there's anything positive to take from that, the fact that we're in financial problems, there is that. But as I mentioned, last pre-season friendly, we actually lost 3-2. Really disappointing all in all. Don't even want to look at the highlights of it. It was really that painful to watch. Didn't turn up. Gambas Avenue played really well. They are not a very good team, I've got to be honest. They have one player who's actually a player, and he's not very good. So yeah, it was really disappointing all in all, but hopefully we can hit the ground running this season. So yeah, guys, that does wrap things up for today. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's episode as always. If you did, be sure to smash the like button. I am going to try and sell as many players as I can. I don't think I'm going to have much luck, if I'm honest, but you never know. We'll see how we get on. We may just have one season, as I've said, to make it count. If you have enjoyed the video, as always, hit the like button. If we get 150 likes on this video, I will have another episode up for you guys later today. If you've got any comments with regards to the series, leave them down below. Let me know if you're taking on this challenge. I'd love to think that more people are playing these leagues, because there is a real risk with these kind of obscure leagues that if people aren't playing them enough, Sports Interactive will just go, right, that's it, you know, people aren't playing them, we're going to get rid of them. And honestly, these are some of the most fun leagues in the game, and I can't stress just how fun they are to play, and that you guys should really give them a shot. So anyway, guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching as always, and it is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.